What's up to my Leos out there, and welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. Today we are going to be talking about this upcoming full moon lunar eclipse happening in Capricorn. So this is happening Saturday, July 4th, Sunday, July 5th of 2020. And for you guys, my Leos, this is happening in your 6th house, where there has been a lot of activity going on these past few years and a lot of work. And the way this is manifested in a lot of Leo's lives has been in some kind of almost even a spiritual crisis, but of trying to connect your work, of trying to connect your life to a more spiritual purpose in a way, feeling called to add more meaning, to add more value to the work that you're putting into your day-to-day life, to the ways of which you're in service in your life. And so I think it's been a lot of maybe not an existential crisis for my Leos, but a real, very serious time of kind of reflecting and being like, I'm a Leo. I'm the most powerful sign of the zodiac. I am fixed fire. I am the sun. I want to attach this fire. I want to attach this energy to some kind of purpose, to some kind of mission. And there's been a bit of an investigation into that area for my Leos. And it's been a very transformative experience for a lot of my Leos who have maybe gone into a darker place of feeling lost of meaning and void of purpose, and then transformed and impelled to grow in some of these new directions that you're feeling really connected with. And these might even be things that are still to be revealed throughout the next 6 months of this eclipse cycle. And, Saturn is retrograded back into Capricorn from Aquarius from when he was going through Capricorn for this past, 2.5 years since the end of 2017. And so this really is kind of a review. This really is kind of a looking back at the steps that we've taken, at the actions that we've, chosen to move forward with, and making a review and maybe even seeing where we can make adjustments, and where we can shift, and where seems like it's feeling more like it's positively in alignment with what our soul wants at this point. We're having to go deep within. We're having to go deep within and get in touch with our inner voice and let that take command over this avatar so that we can really connect this to a more divine place. And this has been a very spiritual journey for a lot of my Leos out there. And, the sun over there in the 12th house, the house of, the unconscious, and it's the house of spirituality. I think this is very much an awareness for you guys, a new level of psychic awareness, entering your life that's connecting you to that kind of drive and that kind of mission and that kind of purpose that's kind of bubbling up in your life. And we're going to start seeing some manifestation of that as we work with that energy, and we're going to see the completion of a lot of hard work that you've been putting in. We're going to see the completion of a lot of hard work that you've been putting in on your life, on just purifying it and connecting it and becoming more integrated. So in any case, let's see. I'm going to pull some cards for my Leos out there. And don't be afraid to make the major choices. Don't be afraid to walk through some of the doors that are, more challenging, but in the long term are going to lead you to a more comfortable, more aligned place. There can be a lot of fear. There can be a lot of fear in the air with, we've got retrograde Pluto and our retrograde Jupiter in there as well in Capricorn. So there can be some fear associated with some of the changes, but really look to be an objective observer of how those are going to affect you. And you might be surprised how much sometimes emotional attachment can distort our view of some of the things that we might look at as negative, but in the long run could be ultimately very positive for us. So let's see here, my Leos. King of Wands. So yeah, this is definitely you coming into your divine authority. This is definitely you being able to harness that fixed fire, powerful energy and turn it into creative and social use and use that in a very divine, purposeful way. This is definitely coming in to that space of meaning and purpose and authority, and just an inner knowing of that you are filled with spirit. So let's see here. Let's see what's challenging us. The Chariot. Interesting. So maybe we're having some challenges with trying to exercise our will over certain situations. The Chariot is very much so divine will, and it's divinely guided will. But when it comes up in a challenge, it might be more of you trying to exercise your ego's will of a certain situation, and it's in conflict with what your inner authority is trying to lead you to at this point. So maybe check yourself on some of the ego, and see if that's getting in the way of some of the manifestation in your life. So let's see here. Justice. Okay, so justice will be served. I think this is, for a lot of my Leos, justice. This is going to be the hard work paid off throughout this lunar eclipse. We're going to see the energy of this through the next 6 months. So I believe this is the justice. This is the reaping of all of the hard work that you've been putting in to integrate some more balance into your life, to kind of make decisions that are guided by the divine and kind of shift yourself into more aligned places. I think for the Leos out there who have definitely been working on these aspects of their life through all of these harsh Capricornian energies that we've had go on since the end of 2017, you're definitely going to be coming out on the other side of this feeling some and a level of release, like a level of spiritual release almost, where maybe even you've had some blockages there. So but in any case, I love you guys so much. I hope you're doing well out there, and I will be back next week.